what do you say we welcome right now the lead singer of The Who and the star of Tommy, Roger Daltrey. Welcome to Wonderama.
Hello, mate.
Oh, it's such a treat to have you here. And I was looking at that jacket. That is the wildest thing I've ever seen, Roger. How come the idea of half man, half horse?
Well, as you know, it's a mythological creature called a centaur.
Right.
And if you look up what the centaur means, to me, it's kind of like rock and roll. It's uncontrollable.
It's bawdy.
Is rock and roll uncontrollable?
I like to think it is.
Well, you know, as a matter of fact, many people say that rock was supposed to be the voice of people that were against the establishment, the normal way of life, so to speak, and yet you're the star of a movie, Tommy, and so forth. What are your feelings about that?
Yeah, we set out to break barriers down, and I think we have broken a lot of barriers down. I think society is better because of rock and roll.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you remember back, like, 6 years ago, you couldn't wear your hair longer than half an inch.
That's true. The Beatles sure changed it, didn't they?
No, and now it's acceptable, and people accept each other on a much better level, you know.
As a matter of fact, you were probably raised when Elvis was, you know, just coming into being.
Good old Elvis.
On the first Ed Sullivan show, the first time he was on television, they weren't allowed to shoot him below his waist, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
And now you see all kinds of gyrations.
Yeah, it's a much more open society now. Obviously, there's still a lot wrong, but I think we can change it. We'll get it better.
And why do you feel that rock is changing it?
It just seems to. I mean, it seems to have changed society much more than any politician. I think it really has.
Mm-hmm. Where do you think it's going?
Oh, dear. It's in a kind of lull period at the moment. It does that. It seems to take great big leaps forward and then kind of look back at its roots and find out where it came from. And then I think there's going to be another leap forward soon.
You know, there must be...
I don't know what the next big jump is.
There must be thousands of people that adore you. Who do you adore as far as rock stars go today?
Oh, dear, so many people. I mean, I think every good artist has been an influence on me in my life.
How long have you been performing? Let me ask you that.
I've been with The Who now for 11 years. I mean, I started The Who. The Who have been actually, not in the original form as it is now, but a band called The Who, or the Detours,
right.
which is what we used to be called.
It was called the what originally?
The Detours.
The Detours.
Has been together for 15 years.
Yeah.
But The Who, as we are now, have been together
to stay
11
together
years.
for 15 years.
We
That's
don't like
so
each
wild
other.
I'm sorry?
We don't like each other.
You don't like each other, and that's why you stay together? Rock does strange things, folks.
We're very individual people. I mean, we don't particularly get on together that well, apart from making music. And we tolerate each other.
The Beatles
don't
didn't get along that well
yeah,
together
right.
toward the
But
end.
We make great music together, and that's what's important.
That's for sure. It really is. Well, years ago, The Who started doing all kinds of outrageous things, destroying the amplifiers, and do you think that turns people against so-called rock when they tear up the whole stage?
No, I don't think it does anymore. I think it used to. I mean, and that's one of the main reasons we did it. It was anything to make people notice us. It was a fight for an identity. It's like writing your name on a wall.
Yeah, well, a lot of people
show
are against
you're there,
that today,
you know.
too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same fight. I mean, we came from a very working class area of London.
Oh, you did?
Which is kind of
Were
like...
your family middle class? Or
No, working class.
They were working class?
Yeah.
And what did your dad do?
He sells lavatories. He still does.
Is that right?
Yeah, he doesn't want to change, and he's happy
gracious.
with what he's doing.
What are your aims? Matt, how old are you now?
I'm 31 now.
You are, and what are your aims? Do you obviously you want to continue
obviously,
with what you're doing?
I enjoy everything I do, and that's the main thing. I've been very lucky, very
anybody lucky. that enjoys what they do, I guess they should do it, because so many.
Well, that's the art.
I
mean, that's the main thing about life, is to try and do something that you enjoy doing, rather than just a job. I mean, I'm very fortunate to be able to do that.
It's hard work,
so are you.
Isn't it?
Not everybody gets that break, but when you get it, you owe it to yourself to stick with it.
Very well said. Well, we have a piece of tape right now, and you're doing Walking the Dog, and that's from your new album, excuse me. And let's take a look.
It's catchy, isn't it?
It sure is. Here we go. Oh, that is quite a scene. Just fantastic. You know, the one thing that this album doesn't show, you have the bluest eyes of any man I've ever seen. They are really, really beautiful.
Except for old blue eyes.
Old blue eyes.
I'm young blue eyes.
Oh, And they are something, I'll tell you. Young Blue Eyes here. And we're going to be back with Young Blue Eyes. Roger Daltrey, and he's going to give you a lesson on how to be a rock star, right?
Well, we'll try.
We won't let you have too much competition. We'll be right back.
But they don't believe it's me who's standing there.
Young Blue Eyes is back. There he is, Roger Daltrey. You know, hey, to be a rock star, and I bet there are 1,000 kids that want to be rock stars, 1,000, millions that want to be rock stars, you have to have some kind of microphone technique. How did that all start? Let me ask that first.
Boredom.
Boredom? Boredom singing on stage?
No, just bored of standing there doing nothing.
Yeah.
Really.
So they decided to do something.
I just developed the thing, juggling it, you know, and just twisting
Come on,
it
do
about.
something. Let's get up here.
You really want to try this?
Well, I'm going to stand behind you, I'll tell you that, Roger.
I'd stay down there with your head down.
All right. Now,
I haven't done this for a long time.
Yeah,
But
sure.
we'll have a go.
All right. Of course, you have to juggle 2 cables at once,
Yeah,
all
I'll
right?
get that one there.
Should I get over here?
No, I wouldn't. I'd get down there.
Oh, okay. Anything you say. You're the boss, Roger.
I mean,
all
you
right.
can do this. And you can get it
all right.
down as big as you like. I need just, I can't throw it up because of the lights, but you can bring it round and throw it up there and throw it out. There's a million things, but you have to do it to music, can you?
Yeah. That must keep you in shape as well, you know?
It does.
Oh!
Very good, yeah. That's all right.
That is...
Right, I'll go down there.
Yeah. You better get out of the way. All right. All right, here you go, Silver. Look out, boy. I'm going after you. There you are.
You've
Not
been
too
practicing.
bad. I've been trying. Come on up. I'm not going to do this. You do so much better than I do anyway. What advice would you give to kids that want to, you know, get into rock? And you must have some advice for them. Because a lot
they're
of kids
so
must
different
ask
today. I think what I'm pleased about with the kids today, that they are into really good music.
Yeah.
Which in our day there wasn't a lot of. I mean, we got off on like Chicago blues and all this stuff that was underground in the States here. But kids today are really into groups like The Who and Zeppelin and Stones, Stevie Wonder. So much kind of really good music.
What do you think about Stevie?
I think they're going to come up with the next big one.
How do you feel about a contract? Now, Stevie Wonder just did a, what was it, $13 million contract?
Oh,
just unreal.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that's going to be the future, like baseball stars and football stars,
well,
where they start giving...
rock and roll and pop music is very lucrative. But I mean, for everyone that makes it, there's a million that don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you've really got to just stick at it.
It's like an
But
actor.
whatever happens, you'll have a good time trying.
There you go. By the way, now, we've been showing some great clips. Who are some of the people that are with you in the clips?
There's a lot of English friends. Russ Ballard, who used to play with Argent. Pete Wingfield, who's a very good sessions man, is on piano.
Right.
Who else is there? Alan Bown on trumpet, and Marsha Hunt, one of the...
So you have some really biggies.
We just have a good time on the kind of solo things.
Well, it sounds like you love what you do, and
that's the main thing.
That's the whole thing. Okay, right now we have an exclusive performance. Roger Daltrey singing "Near to Surrender." Let's look, shall we? Two more. Sensational, and we do thank you for being on Wonderama.
It's been great.
Will you come back again?
Of course.
Please,
I'll bring the rest of the lads.
All right, the rest of the
That'll be
lads.
fun.
How about that? Great. And Roger, thank you again, and
Pleasure,
much success, and have a safe trip back to London here.
Cheers.
Good.
luck.
We'll be right back with lots more on Wonderama.